Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Brianna Lentz, and today we're talking about 50 winter cross stitch patterns. Well, I don't know if you guys can hear it in the background, but we have the wind howling. It's cold. We woke up and the ground was frozen. Day after Christmas. Yes, I'm recording this the day after Christmas and uploading it. I was going to do some work beforehand and my kids were like, no. And I was like, okay. So we just hung out. We had a great Christmas. Great Christmas Eve, great Christmas. Last video with my tree in the background. Are you guys ready for a new background? I am and I'm not. Like, I'm ready for everything else to go away, but I just remember I love it so much. I just want to pet it. I'm wearing one of my new Christmas gifts. Shout out to my mother-in-law. So cute. I don't know where she got it, but it's very cute and it fits great. So yeah, this jacket is very cute and I thought it was very wintry for today's theme. And yeah, so I hope you guys had a great Christmas. If you guys are watching this on the day after Christmas, I hope you guys have been in your pajamas all day and have done absolutely nothing except all the great things. No dishes, leave them for tomorrow, drink the coffee, drink the booze if you drink it, and just chill out. That's what I hope you're doing. I am ready to just get on the horse. Like, I'm just ready to go. I'm ready to have my hair on fire and just run. Like, I've just got so many things. And so I'm like, I'm glad it's the day after Christmas because I feel like, you know, I've enjoyed the Christmas season, but like, I am just so, like, I can't wait until the first of the year. Like, I'm starting projects within the next couple of days to get a head start. Like, I wrote down all of my things that I want to do for January, and I'm like, yeah, okay. So you're going to see a lot of me in January, just so you know. I made a fresh cup of coffee. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my last video, my snowman video. If you haven't seen that one, I recently uploaded a 50 snowman cross stitch patterns video. So I'll link that one down below, and then also linked down below will be the direct link to my website at briannalentz.com, where I will have today's 50 winter cross stitch patterns post, which will have everything in unison. I'll have every pattern that I discussed today. They're in chronological order as I discuss it today with the picture, and then underneath with the clickable link of the name and pattern designer and where you can buy it, where I found you can buy it. And if you see me looking down, I will be looking at my, what is this? My laptop, where I have that said cross stitch post. And so yeah, that's where I'll be referring to as I talk today. And I really had a lot of fun making up this winter cross stitch. The light's going to be going in and out because there's just clouds today, where there's just like clouds and then there's no clouds and then clouds, and I have my door closed. So yeah, but I have a window right there. So sometimes I have really great light and then other times it'll be kind of wackadoodle. But I'm going to scoot over because if you haven't seen one of these videos before, I display the picture of the cross stitch pattern that I'm discussing on the screen right here. And like I said, that's where the chronological post comes in. And I'll be talking about it while it's up here, and I'll be scooted over here to give myself space in editing. And yeah, I love winter very much. I love all the beautiful things. I like that it has so many like woodland animals. I like the colors. They're very blues and greens, and those are my fave. So today what I wanted to do was start out with the most eye-catching winter cross stitch pattern that I've seen this season, and just one that really just makes me really happy to look at. And so I'm going to start out with Satsuma Street today. And Satsuma Street's brand new Winter Woods pattern. I adore this. I think it's beautiful. It's very bright, and I think it would be a lot of fun. And there are so many patterns in this one chart. It's kind of insane because you could take these patterns and you can put them on the perforated paper. You can make them into ornaments, make them into bookmarks. Like, there's so many things that you can do with all of the different patterns in here, and they're so cohesive. And the color story of this chart is so pretty. And I just want to add all the beads to it. I haven't looked to see like what is supposed to be on it. I don't know if you have beads or not on it, but yeah, in my mind, now that I'm doing like the Mill Hill and the memorabilia and stuff, like I just want to add all the beads to everything. Since I added beads to that one Primrose Cottage stitches, I'm like, oh yeah, this elevates it. So anyway, so there is opening act is Winter Woods by Satsuma Street, and then secondly there is in Invierno, which is like a kind of like an inverse of the other one, because like the first one that I showed you has all dark blue background and there's a lot of white in the forefront as the subject matter, and then in the other one it's inverted because it's all white in the background with blue subjects. So it's very pretty. I think that would match very well if you like the art style in your home as Satsuma Street. I'm gonna put my coffee down, but it's just so nice and warm. It's like a little hug. Secondly, I just wanted to go through with Brenda Gervais, and I picked two really popular ones. I told you last time that I probably repeat Snowball. I think I only repeated one throughout this entire set of 50 from my Snowman video. I actually don't have very many Snowman in these charts. I anticipated including a lot more Snowman, but the more that I was digging into these, I was like, oh wow, no, there's just a lot of winter seeds that actually don't include Snowman, and I prefer to do that. So winter theme, let's see, what am I doing? The Snowball. So I talked about this last time, so if you haven't seen that video, there's going to be a lot of other projects that are similar to this one in that video, all having to do with Snowman. But I thought it was very relevant for today's video. And then of course I chose Winter Rose Manor by Brenda Gervais. So many people have this, so many people have stitched it or are stitching it, and it just, I knew that I had to include this in today's video. Following Brenda Gervais, we're going to talk about Liz Matthews, and she has a chart that's called Winter Garden, and it's really beautiful. It's like you can make a wallpaper out of this, and I think it'd be really beautiful in a lot of like the cottage core aesthetic, which is like the aesthetic of my dreams. It's like, I don't know, I've always had that cottage core flea market, like old school kind of a thing, and now it's like so popularized by like the younger generation, and it's so fun to watch them go so hard into cottage core. Like that there's even a name, cottage core. I just love it. Like my Instagram feed, you know, it's just like the algorithm knows Brianna loves that. Like anyway, so Winter Garden I think is just beautiful. I love that it brings a freshness into the winter. Today's video has a lot of classic winter, but I also loved these winter blooms, that patterns that were in there, because that's what brings me a lot of joy in winter, is to think of what's to come, planning for spring and all that other stuff. It's the rest, but it's like the anticipation to get going because it's a whole new beginning in spring. Okay, so Winter Garden by Liz Matthews. I love that very much. And then you have the Iced Winter Tree, which is so, I mean, that'd be pretty to have on display. It'd be really pretty. It's a lot of white, but I think that doing this chart would be well worth it because it's a decoration that you could have up and it would just be really beautiful. Next, today's video might go fast. I feel like I'm just kind of like whizzing through them. I wanted to talk about Rosewood Manor, and yeah, I don't think that I've mentioned Rosewood Manor yet, but I definitely had to include Winter Quakers. I feel like this has been one that I've seen some heavy hitter Flosstubers do, and it's so beautiful, and I love watching how they do like each motif and then they show their progress. It's really beautiful, and I love the colors. I like the color story in this one, like I said. And then also by Rosewood Manor. Now this one is named Conundrum, and I don't know if it's specific to winter, but looking at it, oh, I got an email. Looking at it, I thought this would really lend itself well to winter. And so there's a lot of pieces in this where it's, I don't know what colors you could do. Like you could do whatever colors you want, and you can make this like snowflakes. And then it has the pops of red in the background, but you don't have to do red. You could do something different. Like I think it'd be really beautiful to do blues, teals, greens, and then have like a pop of black and do the letters in black. I think that'd be really pretty for winter. So yeah, I love it. I think Conundrum is really, really beautiful. Following Rosewood Manor, we're going to discuss Emily Call, and I have one from Emily Call today, and it is labeled Winter, and this is from her Etsy shop, and she has one of these for each season, I believe, and I talked at Halloween time about spooky, and then this is winter, and I really like it. I like the color story. Again, like, this is the kind of like color theme that I would put in Conundrum and make it work. That'd be really pretty. Following Emily Call, we have Blackberry Lane Designs, and we have the Winter Snow, because this is so pretty. It's finished as an ornament, but this is something that I would finish and hang on my hutch or just anything with a knob on it. And it is so beautiful. I love the eyes of this owl, and I like the snowflakes on it. I think this is really, really beautiful and absolutely a winter item. Following Blackberry Lane Designs, we have Annie B's Folk Heart, which I'm going to share Biddy Barnes. So in Biddy Barnes, this was a set of called Autumn and Winter. So you could get this, stitch the autumn, and then finish it for winter. But I really like this because it had that red barn, and so many of us do live in the country, and I'm sure most of you have, who live in the country, have some kind of a red barn maybe. And so I just like that quintessential winter red barn. I love that. I don't have a red barn, but maybe one day. And then I saw this chart from Chessie and Me, and it's just called Winter Wonder. And this one does have a snowman and a cat. And the trees are going inwards towards the house, and the house is lit. And I thought this was really pretty. I love Chessie and Me. I like a lot of their patriotic charts. And so there are some designers that you haven't seen me mention more of, but I feel like there's just a lot that they kind of gear towards certain seasons that they're more known for. And so Chessie and Me, I think, is a great example of that. And so from what I've seen, I really liked this one, but I just haven't had too many Chessie and Me's to where I feel like it fit. Like, they have a lot of really great samplers and stuff, but they were more, like, they didn't pertain to the subjects that I'm discussing since fall. Seems like I've done a lot of videos, but I've only done a few themes so far. So I was excited to be able to talk about Chessie and Me because I haven't yet. Following Chessie and Me, Bent Creek. Bent Creek, I don't know much about her, but I'm guessing she lives in a winter climate, like where it gets cold, you know what I mean? Because she had quite a few winter-related patterns. And so the first one definitely is Winter Row. She has a bunch of these rows, and Winter Row is really beautiful. And this would be a great one to have on display because it'd be a different size and add some interest to your gallery wall. And then I loved Long Winter. It's another longer one, and it's really beautiful. It's kind of old school. This would be a simple stitch, pretty. And I like that you have the lake. And then finally you have Oodles of Winter, which is one that I hadn't seen. I haven't seen stitched very often. And this would pair well with the color scheme of like Satsuma Street, but you have you've got penguins, a walrus, a snowman, a bunny rabbit, and a bird. I mean, you don't see that very often, and I was actually pretty surprised to see this from Bent Creek. So maybe you've seen this one before, maybe you haven't, but this one's really cute and would fit a lot of those fun color schemes if that's something that you're looking for. Because there are some, but there aren't a lot. A lot of them are classic. So anyway, following Bent Creek, I wanted to share two from Stitching with the Housewives. And the first one is a month-to-month January. And I just liked this one. I know that it says January in it, but you don't have to, I don't think you have to stitch every month in a collection. Like, I feel like there are some months that just lend itself better to having some stitch things, or like you can kind of choose. Maybe that's just me and my, I'm not like a big, I have to stitch an entire set of something. Like, I like to just kind of cherry pick sometimes, and I don't feel any guilt or need to have an entire collection or to have the entire series. Sometimes I do, sometimes, but that's more the rarity than like the normalcy, you know? So anyway, so to me, this would be a great opportunity if you didn't want to stitch all of them. I really like January specifically from the month to month, so I wanted to include it. And then finally, this is one that I wanted to include last time, but I chose to include this time because it has Snowman on it, but it says Hello Winter. And so it's really sweet and really big, and I love it. Like I told you, I like all of the Snowman in winter related patterns by stitching with the Housewives. I just like her artwork a lot. It's really very warm and inviting. Also, because I was looking at the name of this, like there were very common names for all of these patterns. Like I have a lot of repeats of names for these patterns. Like it was winter, long winter, hello winter, like very, like you have to have it, right? Like, because you want people to buy your pattern, so you name it accordingly. But it was funny because like in the Snowman patterns, there were a lot of Snowman patterns that their names never coordinated with Snowman, which differed from the winter patterns because all of them were like the same winter names for these charts, but the charts were so different in subject matter relating to winter. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's funny to me how our brains work and categorize things. So next we're going to talk about Plum Street Sampler, and you'll see what I mean because that one was called Hello Winter, and then I have Hello Winter, another one from Plum Street Sampler. That's why I was like wondering if I had made a mistake, and it was not. It was just another one to come. So anyway, so Plum Street Sampler. So first we have Winter Blessings, and I thought twice, like, is this just like more Christmassy or is this also winter? And I think it is. I think that most of the time when we think of winter, we think of like blues and greens and the cool colors, but there's absolutely still a place for red in our winter stitching, and especially for a lot of you that love red or have red primarily in their home versus the cooler tones, this would match better in your house. So yeah, so Winter Blessings would definitely be a great option for that. And plus, if there's anything like a majority of a winter chart and there's something small Christmassy, you could always omit it if you didn't want it, or you could just leave it out. Like there was one Brenda Gervais pattern that I really thought about including, and I decided not to. I don't remember the name of it, but it was like an angel, and it had like a basket full of berries, and it was like all blues and greens and cool tones, and then it said Noel on it. But it said Noel on one side of, I don't know if it was a lady or an angel, I don't remember, and the other side had a bird. And so I was thinking that you could probably put that bird in place of Noel and then have it as a winter stitch, or just keep it up all year long. But the title of the pattern was very Christmassy, so I decided to omit it. But anyway. Following Winter Blessings, we have Winter Salt Boxes, which I think this was very popular like last year or the year before. But yes, Winter Salt Boxes, and these are quite big, if I recall. Like they look small in the picture, but there's actually like quite a bit of stitching, and these are really, really pretty. Then you have Hello Winter, which is very recognizable from her series. She has Hello Spring, Hello Winter, Hello Summer, those all of that. So very beautiful, more red in this. So this would be great for those people that decorate with a lot of red. Red is more appealing to me as I get older, but red was just never something that I really decorated too much with, only in Christmas time. But and for Americana kind of stuff, but I'm seeing more as like a good red, as like a grounding color, I think, instead of it just being, as I have a lot of green and yellow and blue. I think red would be a good way to kind of ground and round out some of my decor. I like that dark red. All right, then we have a really fun one, last one from Plum Street Samplers, and this is Abominable Bundle. These had quite a few other ones that I could have chosen. I could have easily put like 5 to 7 from Plum Street for winter on here, but I had quite a few that I wanted to also share. And there's quite a few designers that I don't even mention today. There's just so many great things from so many people that I just really just kind of chose what struck my eye first when I got to 50. And I was like, that's going to be good. So Abominable Bundle, super fun, and the only one I have like it. So this is what I would imagine is like her stacks of different things. So Abominable Bundle, I'd probably enjoy stitching this and having it out, bringing a lot of humor to my house, and my kids would probably love it. Okay, so next we're going to talk about Cross-Eyed Cricket. So Cross-Eyed Cricket, formerly the Cricket Collection. I've said this before, I still haven't looked into it. I don't know the name change or why, but formerly the Cricket Collection, now being known across the US at least, as Cross-Eyed Cricket. And we have winter. So another one where there are multiples of these. Autumn is very popular, and this is winter stitched on that blue background. Very pretty. I think this would be lovely to have. And then you have Winter Circle, which I had not seen. This would have been a great one in my Snowman video, so I decided to include it today. Winter Circle, don't really see that one stitched very often. But those are the two I chose from Cross-Eyed Cricket because I felt like they were really, like that winter is just so cute. Maybe one day, maybe in my 40s, I'll start stitching those. And I say that because that will give me 5 years to get through all the projects I currently have. So anyway, so next we have Prairie Schooler, and I chose two from Prairie Schooler. They had quite a few like winter related, very reds and greens and Christmassy, and I just was like, let's just choose these two. So I liked Winter Wind book 133. They also have another book that's just January, so if you like that, I'm sure you've seen it. And so Winter Wind book 133, and then we have Winter Samplers, which is so pretty. Like this is very like monochromatic, very pretty, very wintry. And this would pair very well with like the Blackbird Designs winter stuff that they have as like portions of things. I didn't include any Blackbird Designs, but like there's one that I've stitched that was very like wintry, Snow Garden, and the colors were very brown. So this would match well with that. But anyway, yeah, I really liked this a lot. And I hadn't seen that before. So that one is not stitched very often, probably because it's not as fun to stitch as the other colorful patterns, but there is a time and a place for these. These are really pretty. Very cottagecore aesthetic as well. Now, yeah, you guys know I like my browns. I really like that. Probably need that one in my collection. Okay, moving on. We're going to talk about Silver Creek samplers, and I chose one. And I liked this one a lot. This one is Promise of Spring. So no winter lasts forever. No spring skips its turn. Really pretty. I love that because it's just reminding you that spring is around the corner. I have a couple like this, and this one is really, really pretty. And you get those winter blossoms, and you know, before you know it, like especially in Oklahoma, like you start to see things sprout up, like the bulbs. It's like, whoa, I didn't even know I had a bulb there. So it's really pretty. Next, we're going to talk about the blue flower, and I really liked these two charts from the blue flower. I don't ever see these stitched, and these are things that I would like to own and stitch. First being Winter Quail. Love the animal. It's a gorgeous rendition of a quail, and it's on a tree branch with the snowflakes. It's really beautiful. This is so pretty. Winter Quail, love that. This would match really good. Like if you just wanted to have animals, like winter animals, this with that snowy owl by this is the blue flower. So is it pine? I know I talked about it earlier, but you know that snowy owl I was talking about? That would be so pretty with that. And then I loved this one too. This one is Winter Blooms. So bloom amidst the winter snow. I like that. So if you feel kind of like gloomy with the winter, you know, that seasonal gloom, this would be something to help perk you up and cheer you up. I personally thrive in the winter, but I know for some people, they can't wait for it to be over, especially Oklahomans. Southeastern Oklahomans hate winter. They cannot wait. Yes, I'm generalizing here because it is pretty much like 9.5 out of 10 people are like, get me out of this cold and get me into the hot sun. Yeah, it's funny. Okay, so next we have Stitchy Princess. So I haven't talked about Stitchy Princess. So Stitchy Princess, she's very popular on Instagram. She's very popular on Etsy. She lives in Ukraine. She's a Ukrainian cross-stitch designer, and she has a very prolific Etsy shop. And so first what I wanted to share was the first one, which is Winter Foxes. I personally have this one, and I plan on stitching Winter Foxes. I love her patterns. They're very unique, and they're very clear to where she is from around the world. And so you have Winter Foxes, and then you also have the Winter, I wasn't sure what this one was named, so I think like Winter Sampler, like you would see it. The link on my website will take you straight to her Etsy shop, you'll see this one. But there's a lot of foresty animals. It's really pretty. So you have Winter Sampler, another great one. She has a lot of really great winter patterns. And then you have Winter Deer. I loved this one. I thought about getting this one too. But yeah, so Winter Deer is just beautiful. She's like a winter deer queen with all like her baby doe, a deer, female deer, doe, fawn, right? Really pretty. I don't know, it's just really pretty. So yeah, love Stitchy Princess. So if you like this aesthetic, go check out her Etsy shop. She has a lot of patterns. It's pretty amazing how much she's able to design and create. Next, I'm going to talk about Praiseworthy Stitches. Is that right? No, this is not Praiseworthy Stitches. See, I made a mistake right here. I knew it. We're going to talk about Twin Peaks Primitive. I have 3 that I wanted to talk about today. And I love these. I think all of these 3 would go so well together. So well together. So first, I love this one. It's Winter Blessings. And each new day is a blessing. Love this one. I would love to stitch all 3 of these. Like I said, maybe I'll have to add this to my list in my late 30s. Because I really would. I'd love to stitch these, but I got to get through what I already have first. So we have Winter Blessings, so pretty with the lamb and the winter. It's just so cute. And then you've got it's the animals. It's the animals that get it for me. And that woman is just adorable. It just, I love it. So Winter Blessings. Then you have this incredibly beautiful picture called Serenity of Winter. So again, you have a man being a shepherd to his, I'm guessing those are sheep, in this beautiful landscape. And you have this symmetry between the two. It's just really pretty. I like this a lot. So yes, Serenity of Winter. Then finally, the one that I wanted to share too is Pastoral Winter. This is so, so pretty. I love the minimal colors. All the colors match of these 3, and especially the Serenity of Winter and Pastoral Winter. And I look at that and I think of like Mary Poppins, you know, when they could pick which picture they wanted to jump into and then they would get taken to another place. Like I look at these and I'm like, yeah, I would jump into that sidewalk piece. I would jump into that chalk art and I would go and live a day there and just go walk around and have the best time. Like, yeah, take me there. I'm in. Take me there right now. I'll spend winter. See you later. So love those. Following Twin Peak Primitives, excuse me, I wanted to share 2 from Cottage Garden Samplings. So Cottage Garden Samplings, she had these set. This is an older one from her, and it is Winter's Wisdom. Very beautiful. I've thought about buying this one multiple times. Absolutely gorgeous. Love the pine cones, which I really don't see like huge pine cones like that very often. Really like this one a lot. Beautiful. Very classy in my opinion, like a very regal cross stitch pattern, if you will. And then moving from one of her older patterns into one of her newest releases is Castle. So she has a new series where it's Fabulous House series, and this is number 2, and it's beautiful. It's a castle in the winter and beautiful. So yeah, if you are looking to add interest to your stitching and stitch up some castles, because you know I probably am attracted to this in castles. All it's missing is a dragon. You know what? Yeah, there is no winter. I didn't see any winter dragons. I'm currently doing a diamond art, which is like a huge piece that you will see. I have a video coming soon with it. And I chose it because I was like, it is a winter landscape with a big old dragon, and I don't get that in my cross stitching. So yeah, that's why I chose my big dragon diamond painting, because there's just not enough dragons in winter. At least there's a castle. You know. But yeah, so seriously though, I picked a big 20 by 30 inch diamond painting, and it's a big dragon in this beautiful castle in the background and this wintry scene and icicles, and I'm having the best time ever doing it. I'm having the best time. Purples and blues and whites and shimmering, and it's just all the things I didn't know that I needed out of this winter craft time. It's great. So, but that video will be coming. because it's taken me a little bit to work on it. So Chatelaine is my next person, and I have not talked about Chatelaine on here, but I saw this and I thought there is no way that I can't include this. So Chatelaine, and first up is the Polar Mandala. So Chatelaine didn't include dragons, but girlfriend, she has polar bears, penguins, Aurora Borealis, and I believe that is an orca whale fin. I believe, or maybe the hump, I don't know. I can't see right now, but there is a whale in there, and I am so happy about this. In my fantasy life, I would be in a cottage in Twin Peaks Primitive stitching on this. Like, I can't see me having the stamina to stitch a chatelaine, but gosh, I would love to stitch this and have this up on my wall. It's just so pretty. So pretty. This is one where I could just stare at it for a while. I would love to see this one stitched in real life. I couldn't even imagine. So you have the Polar Mandala, which is incredible. Then you have Frosty Knot Garden, which I think would appeal to quite a few people. This is just very classy, very beautiful. It would be a joy to work on with the beads, I'm sure. And so I loved that one. Following Chatelaine, I wanted to talk about a couple that I found from By the Bay Needle Art, and I really liked hers. I liked this a lot because they were cohesive together. And so first you have Winter Hill. It's really pretty, and if you like trees and you like houses, I think this one hits the mark. And I like that the tree, like the pine trees, are in the background. I don't know, like it's really pretty. So this one really, I was very attracted to this one. And then I was also very attracted to White Birch Winter. It's By the Bay Needle Art has a lot of different patterns that are very clear as to like where she lives and what she enjoys about nature around her and the lake and, you know, by the bay, right? So I really like that she has the birch tree because I feel like this would really match well with a lot of where people live in the winter time. So I really liked this one as well. Following By the Bay Needle Art, I had 3 that I wanted to share from Heartstring Sampling. Heartstring Sampling had quite a few winter patterns as well, and I loved it. So the first one, I think a lot of people stitch for Christmas time, and it's Baby, It's Cold Outside, and clearly, like, I could see why it's would be considered a Christmas pattern, which I absolutely think it is. However, I do think that it's not so Christmassy that it can't be left out all winter. So it says, what does it say? Look out at the storm, listen to the fireplace roar, baby, it's cold outside. So absolutely, I think that this could be out for winter time, not just Christmas time. So that's a pretty short period of time. I mean, it's Baby, It's Cold Outside all winter. Like, next you have Hibernation Day. So this sampler is really beautiful. There's a lot of text on it, and it's really pretty, and it talks about hibernating in winter, and it's just on the nose. It's just really pretty. And then finally from, I was going to say Hibernation Sampler, Heartstring Sampler 8, you have the Winter Snow Stocking. And this is another one that is a Christmas pattern. But I think that you would absolutely be able to leave out the stocking all winter long. Like, especially if you do celebrate like the 12 days of Christmas, starting Christmas going into January. Like, I loved this. And this is one where like people stitch the really elongated stockings from like Plum Street Samplers and Carriage House Samplings, I believe, or is it just Kathy Berg? But you know, those types of things. So why couldn't you stitch this winter snow stocking and have this out all winter long, right? I would love to. Next, we are going to discuss praiseworthy stitches, and this one, I was excited to share this. I wanted to put it in my last video, so I was very happy. I knew that this was going in, and this is called Simple Gift Snow by Praiseworthy Stitches. I think this one would be really, really fun to stitch. It's beautiful and very, very, very snowy. Love it. And then I just wanted to share Winter at Sugar Hill because a lot of people love the Praiseworthy Stitches landscapes and scenes, and I really like this one because I feel like this would marry very well with Prairie Schooler. So if you're Prairie Schooler stitches, I feel like this Winter at Sugar Hill would be very, very welcoming into your stitching aesthetic. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I like this one a lot. And then this is another one. So I have one from Homespun Elegance, and I really like this one a lot. This is one that I would see myself doing for wintertime too. And this is Snowman button sampler. And I thought about including this in my last video, but I thought this was a great snowman chart that would not just be snowman, but would be a great winter chart. So yeah, I like this one a lot. I like the color story. I like it. It's my vibe. I really like this a lot. I like the mittens. I think it's the mittens. I don't know. It's all of it. I like it a lot. That wind is howling outside. At least it sounds like it is. And then my last 4 cross stitch patterns are different than other ones that I've shared before because I have not shared Mirabilia or Lavender and Lace. But I chose to on these because I've been very drawn to them lately. And this one especially is one that I wanted to share. And so Winter in My Garden is one that I've really liked for a long time. Winter in My Garden by Mirabilia. I love this one. And I wanted to read what the description on 123 Stitch, what it says. So this says, third in a series of gardeners is Winter in My Garden. Gardeners don't rest the minute snow starts to fall. Winter is a time for organizing seeds, planting beds, or researching to find the perfect climbing rose. This design depicts a woman in her greenhouse amidst all her started seedlings, dreaming about spring and the new start it will bring. I love that. I actually have it on my to-do list today to start chili peppers inside. It's December 26th, and I'm like, I'm so excited. My husband and I are already planning our garden. You know what? We have come to terms with we just can't grow in Oklahoma and what we want to grow in Oklahoma and what will thrive in Oklahoma. So that after a couple of years of growing and everything, it's just, yeah, that's where we're at. So we're going to start chilies because we want to make our own chili paste and our chili sauce. So this one really was like, yes, this is exactly what winter means to me. And then I also really like this one, Winter Love, because I don't see it very often. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Love this one by Mirabilia. But the last 2 are very iconic, and I like ending my videos with iconic ones. Like I really like ending them with like Shepherd's Bush and like I don't know, there's another one that I ended. Anyway, so like Lavender and Lace, I feel like is a good place to end it. So first is Celtic Winter. I love the Celtic ladies that she has. Lavender and Laces, I love all of these. I love seeing people stitch these. They're just gorgeous. And then next finally we have Winter Rose, which is so beautiful. It's just so sweet, and I think is just a great way to look at winter through how a child would enjoy it. So yeah, so that concludes my 50 winter cross stitch patterns, which was, in my opinion, quite a variety. I very much enjoyed making these, as I always do. I love reading which ones you guys enjoyed, which ones you bought, which ones you haven't seen before. Thank you for your comments and all your love on my last video. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this one. I will have a 24 projects in 2024 video coming out on New Year's Day, and it will be cross stitch, knitting, crochet, and sewing. I've already have my list out. I have to make the video still, but I'm so excited about it. And yeah, so I think, yeah, I'm looking forward to going into 2024. I'm looking forward to winter. I'm looking forward to all the things. I love winter. So yeah, the next time you see one of my videos, I don't know about 24 and 24, but like in my next 50s videos, this will be gone. And I'm going to be doing a 50 Valentine's Day cross stitch patterns video. That'll probably be my next 50 videos. And then from there, yeah, I'm sure you can assume what will follow that. So I'm very looking forward to that. That'll be out in 2 weeks, I think. I have so much fun making these, like I said, and I hope you enjoyed my video today. I really enjoyed making it. Like I said, I'm just going to keep going. But yeah, I hope that you guys have a great end of the year, a great new year. Happy New Year to you. And yeah, if you have, now would be a good time to say, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell so you're notified as soon as I upload my next video. And if you did enjoy this video, please share my video, well, you can. That'd be great if you shared my video. Tag me if you liked my video and anything or whatever, but it would be great if you liked the video with that. thumbs up, because that helps YouTube know that people want this video to be shared, or like people are liking my content, so then the algorithm will push my video to other people. And then finally, I just want to say I appreciate you. Happy stitching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.